Hey, welcome to session 5 of the Andy Taught Me How. Today, we're going to finish our homepage before we optimize it. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to do, but let me read some info. I made some notes that I wanted to make sure that I cover before we continue. So, welcome back to Andy Taught Me How. Today is session 5 of our 5-page website builder workshop. 5 pages. Anyway, and this is an important one because we're going to bring the homepage closer to completion. I think we've only got 3 or 4 sections left to go. We're going to finish that up. Next time, we're going to optimize for mobile, and then we'll start cloning the pages into our other pages that we need to complete the site. So we are building this website in both GoHighLevel and BizStackPro. GoHighLevel is the platform many marketers, agencies, and business owners use to build funnels, websites, automations, calendars, forms, and follow-up system. But here it is. BizStackPro is built on top of that same kind of powerful marketing technology, but it is packaged in a way that makes it easier for entrepreneurs, small business owners, affiliate marketers, personal and brand people, content creators, and local businesses to get started with the tools they need. Let me tell you, there are all kinds of crazy, intelligent, amazing add-ons that are included in BizStackPro that are not included in GoHighLevel, and it makes it incredible for most of us to use. How do we go? So whether you're using GoHighLevel directly or you're using BizStackPro, the principles we are walking through in this workshop still apply. We're not just clicking buttons. We're learning how to think through a real website. We're deciding what each page is supposed to do. Let me rearrange here. There we go. We're deciding what each page is supposed to do, what each section is supposed to say, and how to guide a visitor towards the next right step. If you're following along, you've not already subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would take a second to do that now. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification, then hit the bell, which means to always be notified. And of course, after you watch this, you're going to want to like this video for sure. So subscribe to Andy Taught Me How so you do not miss the rest of this workshop or the future tutorials where we build websites, lead magnets, automations, and simple online systems step by step. We'll also teach you how to connect it to a domain. I've already done that here, but I'll teach you again through a specialized video just for using a domain, your favorite domain registrar to connect to BizStackPro. Also, I'm going to teach you how to use the best, in my opinion, email provider to work with BizStackPro. We'll do all those things in the future. And if you're just getting started, the best place to begin is with the website builder toolkit. You can get that at andydelgado.com/toolkit. And that toolkit will help you think through your website purpose, your audience, your message, your pages, and the main action you want people to take before you start building. Now with that, let's jump in real quick to session 5. Today, we're going to work on finishing the homepage before we start worrying about optimization, SEO, GEO, or all the other things that come later. First, we need a page that is clear, useful, and ready to help the visitor take action. So give me a minute. Let me rearrange some screen stuff here, and I am going to get us into the builder in BizStackPro. I've got to do some rearranging here.
Can you let Linda in?
I sure can. There's Linda. Here she comes. All right. Shelly, do you want me to make you the co-host? But you're going to be out. You're going to be away. Okay. Well, let me just do that real quick. I am going to look at more, and I'm going to look at. Hey, Miss Linda. I'm going to look at participants. There we go. And we're going to open this, and we're going to make Shelly the co-host. There we go.
I'll try not to let the power go to my head.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you won't. All right. So just a sec. Let me get out of this one, and we're going to go here. All right. Let me share this screen real quick. I'm doing a little bit different today. Normally, I share my right desktop. I've got 3 monitors. I'm going to share the middle one this time, and you can see what's going on. So this is a brand new BizStackPro account. You're looking at the dashboard. We're going to navigate over here on the left to sites. And then we're going to go to websites. And I've only got one, and it's Andy Taught Me How. So I'm going to click on it. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube and I do something too fast, because I have a tendency to go fast sometimes, it's okay to hit pause and rewind and watch it until you understand exactly what I've said thoroughly before you continue on. So You see that we have 3 pages, a coming soon page, our home page, which we're working on today. And then I created last week a custom CSS page, which allows you to look at all of the custom CSS that we're going to use in the entire site. And I've got a little index on it that's going to tell you, a little table that's going to tell you exactly what each custom function does, or custom class in our case. So this is pretty descriptive. One of the best features I've seen that I've built yet. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm just telling you, I love this thing. And in it, you can see all the classes that we use and a quick definition of what each one does and how to use it. My goodness, that's a lot of information. Okay, so we're going to close this one up, and we're going to close this one up, and we're going to start here. We're going to edit our homepage and continue where we left off last week. Now, I do want to tell you one thing that I did that I didn't do live, because I said I was going to do everything live, but I thought this one was so out of the way. Last week, I had put a section in here that popped up, and it didn't pop up. It was always on, that said, this page is under construction. It was a ticker, all that good stuff. Well, I decided, just because it was in my way, that we have a pop-up now. So now we have a pop-up ticker, a pop-up that has a ticker on it that basically throws this in. It's a timed pop-up, so it waits 1 second after the page loads and then gives this pop-up. And then whenever somebody dismisses it, it doesn't come back. So you don't have to worry about scrolling away from it. So that's a good thing. So let's come back here now. Okay. We are looking at, this is the header section. This is the hero section. These are all complete. All right. Then we came up with, just a sec, let me come down here. There we go. All right. Then we came up with our problem section and then our solution section. And that's the end of where we stopped. We have done all that we could do. It's time to continue. So right now we're going to create a new section, and this is our what you'll learn section. And this section, let me show you the difference. Let me show you what it is real quick. All right. So we are at the what you'll learn section. That's this top one right here. So you can see that it is going to be a 2-column section. All right. We got a 1 and a 2 with nothing but a graphic over here that will be a clickable image that will take them to a different page. And then this button that we're going to create will do the same thing. So we've got a 2-column section right here. Let's go create that. All right, so we are going to create a new section. It's going to be a full width section. And there it is. We also know that we're going to change the color of that so that, well, let's do the other first. Let's go add our 2-column row. There we go. So we got a 2-column row. Now this whole section, if we looked at our image, had a nice different color to it. So we're going to change it. Instead of a background color that inherits the background of the page, we're going to change this and go with this light text color, which is, I'll call it a smoky. It's the same color that we used on this row up here. All right, let's go back and look at this real quick. We have an image on the right section that is clickable. And on the left, we've got a subtitle. We've got another one of those horizontal dividers that we used before. And then we've got normally this would be, you could use this in a rich text, but because they're using a special icon with each there, because we're going to use a special icon with each item in the list item, we're going to need to use the list element there. And then we've got a button. So let's just drag this out of the way and get started with that. So we're going to add, we've got a subheadline, and then we've got our divider that we're going to clone and copy, and drag this one to below the headline. This headline is going to be using the dark color. There we go. And it's going to say what you'll learn. And that's going to be an H2. And it's going to be bold. And we're going to change the size. Let's go see what size we did this one. This is 36, so let's make this one 36. All right, we're getting there. What you learn. Now, this is also, we notice that it's left aligned. Let me show you. We're looking at this spot right here. The image is left aligned, and our horizontal rule or our divider is left aligned. So let's do the same thing. We go to styles, scroll down and hit the left align there. And then this one, I'm not sure. Let's go learn this together. general. All right, right here. Color, we've already got the color center. We're going to say left. And then if we need it to be different, if we need to move it over any, we can add either a margin or, see, we can add either a margin or padding to it. We're not going to worry about it. I don't think we need to do anything there. All right, let's go grab our next element, which is going to be the bullet list. And we're going to change the color of this to our dark. And we want that icon color to match our custom color here. Now let's go type in our list real quick. By the way, I know that you think that I know everything about everything, and I have for a long time. That's not true. Just last month, maybe the month before, I finally understood that BizStackPro is all one word. I thought it was two words, BizStack and then space pro. You know, you learn stuff all the time. Design a site. And I'm one of the founding members. How in the world did I not notice that before? That looks amazing. And I got to tell you, it is very easy to rapidly build a web page and then clone it to a website like we're doing here. Add lead magnets that grow your. Now, I guess I could tell you some of these points and why they're so important. Maybe I should do that. So we'll do this as I'm talking about, and scale with confidence. Okay. So let's talk about this real quick. So what you'll learn in this course, or by following the principles that I teach and Andy taught me how, everything on this site and the things that I'll teach in the future, you can plan your site the smart way. We talked about that in earlier sessions. We're taking a minute to plan out everything that's going to happen with the website with intention. We're planning the colors, we're planning the roundness of the buttons, we're planning our background, we're planning all the images, we're doing all of that, and we're writing it down. That is recorded in the toolkit. You can download it at andydelgado.com/toolkit. We also introduced some custom worksheets that I created, I think we're 1 through 4 right now, that you can use to know the titles of your calls to action, the titles of your sections, all that kind of stuff. And then also, in case you want to tweak any colors, you'll understand what you're doing and why. All right. So you're going to design a site that looks amazing. And that's probably supposed to say that looks amazing. Design a site that looks amazing. Yes, that's right. And let's see. We're going to add lead magnets that grow your list. So right now, if you go to andydelgado.com/toolkit, that is a lead magnet. It's something that's of value to whoever is getting to that page and looking at it, so that if it's somebody who wants to design a website, they can download that toolkit. In exchange, they're going to give me their name and their email address, because I'm going to send them the toolkit in email. And then also I could follow up with them, make sure they're getting the results they're looking for, and see if they need any help. There we go. And then finally, you can launch the website and scale it with confidence. So what am I talking about? Once we build our 5 pages on this website, then we can launch it immediately. We can start promoting it through social media or paid advertising if we choose. And then as we grow, if we decide we need additional pages or we need to expand pages for whatever reason, maybe we want to add a community to Andy Taught Me How, and we build our own private community where we're not relying on social media, but we're relying on a community that I control or whoever it is. Then we have that ability. So I'll teach you all of the other tools that you can expand with that are built into BizStackPro. All right, I've talked enough. Let's go add the image that's going to go right here. Let me make sure that you remember this. We've got, oh, I'm sorry, we still have a button to do too. We'll do that in a sec. Let's go grab this image because I've already changed our topic. All right, now what I did is, just remember, last week I talked about how to take an image and then convert it from a PNG to a WebP, only because the WebP images are so much better optimized. They're smaller. Did I not upload it? Oh, OG image? Nope. It's a section background. Anyway, so WebP images are so much smaller and they're faster to load on a website. So you see now that I've got one called training, and then I've got the training WebP. This is a PNG. This is a WebP. This is the one we want because I told you last week that WebPs were better, and I just told you again. All right. So now what we can do if we want is we could take this guy and move it this way. One thing that I'll notice is that we've got a background on this image. So I have two choices. I can match the background of this row to fit this section, or I could go take the background off the image. Let's do the section first and see what it looks like. We're going to go here and change, we're going to change the color to this. That's not going to work either, huh? Oh, that's it right there. Smoke. Perfect. There's still a little edge there, but we can leave that alone. Or, hey, let's do something different. What if we make our image the background of our section? Let's try that. So we're going to delete this. And then we're going to go, actually, we can delete the image here. We're going to go here. And then we're going to get to our section. And we're going to, just like we did up here, way up here at the top, this background image is the image of the section. So we're going to do the same thing here. Change the image, go here. Andy taught me how. Section backgrounds, and get the WebP. All right, now notice how big it is. We can change this, and we can say fill the 100% width. That's a little bit better, huh? Now, we have a couple of options. We can take our section and make it larger, and I think that's going to be too large. Let's compare what we have here. This looks like it should not be in a section. It probably should be in the row. So once again, come back here. We're going to turn that off. Let's go look at our row. This is our row. It's blue. Rows are blue. All right. And look at the image for the row. Let's go get it. And he taught me how. Section backgrounds. Training WebP. And then change it from full center to 100% width. We still got a little bit of work to do, but that's more manageable to me. Let's go see what we can do about that. If we take our row and we go to styles and we come down here, we can add some. Oh, that was a section. Undo that. Sorry about that. We're working our row. There we go. Now add some height to it. Now we added on margin. What we probably should have done is add padding. Let's fix that. Change this to 0 and go here and tell it we want 100 on the padding. And then we can align this picture. General. That's width and height. That's width. Let's go see what width and height looks like. Now, here's a negative. Our picture squashed, so it didn't maintain the aspect ratio. We're going to have to do a little bit of play in here, and maybe it might be best to put it in this column after all. The good news is we can do what we want to do, right? We are the official authors of this page. So let's come back here. We're going to take this away and delete that. All right, one more thing. So let's go back and put it on the column and image and here. Andy taught me how. We're going to go to section backgrounds. There we go. And then we're going to change this. By the way, the full center parallax may not work on Macintosh computers. That's why I avoid it, because I want these to be 100% available on both Mac and PC. All right, that looks better, right? We just want it to be bigger. So we have an option. We can extend it. Let's make sure that this, we can extend it to the left by dragging. Come here, you. See, it made it larger. Also, we would need to make our row taller. So let's go do that real quick. We're going to add some padding in the row. So, and then if we use this as an image instead of that, now there's still all kinds of things that we can do, y'all, just so you know. We're going to make this taller. And the column style. Okay. We could also do, we will make this auto. Nope. We don't want to do that. Let's go 10 here. We could also go back and edit the image and make it smaller so that it's just around the pictures. There's so many things that we can do with it, and I want to make this thing right the first time. So let's go back and do some more work. Get rid of you. What other options do we have? No repeat. That would make it huge. That's what's wrong. Okay, let's go look at this. We're going to get rid of this. Let's go back and add an image. There it is. And then let's go get our image. Okay. Now, with an image, first off, we want to take away any padding on it. So it's going to make it bigger all the way around. And then I'm going to teach you something that I'm not too familiar with, but we're going to learn it together real quick. So if we want this to move left, we can change our padding negative and we can use our margin negative. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's go look at our image properties. We're here. We want it to be left aligned. We don't want a border. We don't want a radius. That's all good. We could adjust our image width and height if we wanted to. So let's go do some playing with this padding. Let's make it negative. And we're going to go negative 50. No effect. It doesn't like that. Let's come back here. Negative 40. Oh, not that much, 40. So it made it bigger and it did move it over some. Let's see what we can do with that. We're going to go negative 100. We're getting there. We want to, though, make sure, see our image is cutting off this text. That's not going to be good for us. We may go edit that in Canva and take it away. Let's go fix this back to 0 for now. We'll come back and edit this. Let's finish. Let's get to our next section. So if we move this over, see, I think our image is just too wide. Let's go fix it in Canva. Here it is. It looks like I originally intended this whole thing to go on the back of the section, but it's not quite doing what we want to do. So what if we do this? Let's grow our image like this. Like that. All right. Training BG image. All right. And I'm going to save it. We're not going to do transparent. We're going to download. Now, I'm just going to leave it as a PNG for this minute. We'll come back to it later if we want to change it as a WebP, which I'll probably do without you guys being on here because it takes a minute. Let's go to where we want to be. It's a section background, and we're going to upload a file. And go to downloads, and this is the training BG image. There it is. Wow, look what we did. Duh, should have tried that in the first place, huh? Okay, so let me teach you one other thing. We talked about it before. This is centered top to bottom, right? Or in the middle, whichever way you'd like to say it. We don't want to do that. I'm going to click on this, and we're going to change it in the style. I'm looking at the column, and once again, all you have to do is change this to auto. Look what it did for us. And then we can add margin on the top to make it match our image here. So we're going to add top margin, let's say 20, let's say 40. That looks pretty good. Maybe we'll go 50. Much better. Hey, look what we did. Now let's go see. We added some stuff on this section that we don't need anymore. No, the section's fine. Did we add it to the row? Section's okay. Oh, we added on the column. Take this away. Go back to 10. Much better. All right, let's compare. What you'll learn. Oh, we still have a button to go. And we've got our image. Now, we're going to make that, by the way, oh my goodness. If we had made this the background image, we could not have attached this. We'd had to have attached a button. So to make this a clickable image, all we have to do is under general, we come down here and give it a URL image actions. So we would tell it to go to a page or a website, whichever we want to do. Ultimately, it'll go to a page. We would make a website there. No big thing. Right here, right now, we want to add a button. So we're going to go to buttons. And this is not going to be one of our existing buttons because it looks totally different on our layout here. So we're adding this guy. See, so we're going to take this and make it look like that real quick. Styles, we want it to be fluid. That makes it smaller. We don't worry about a background. We're going to change this. It's a lot smaller. We're going to make it 10. That's probably going to be too big still, but we'll make it 10. And then our sides, we're going to make them 15. So we have made our button significantly smaller. We're going to also change the height. All right, text font size, we're going to drop that to, let's say, 16 and look at it. So just so you know, as I do a number over here, I'm actually looking at the object to see what we get. And you can see that ChatGPT, when it developed this page for me, this mock-up, it made a totally smaller button, which we can do. I don't know how much smaller we're going to go. All right. We are using a font width of semi-bold. Let's go change that to normal. That looks maybe not. Let's make it a little bit bigger, medium. All right. And let's drop this down to 14. We're getting better. And then styles, let's drop the padding on that way down to maybe 4. It's getting closer. And then 4 here. And let's drop this to 8. That looks a lot similar. And then we're going to round the edges. Of course, we have to round the edges. You know I'm going to do that. We can take off the border. No, we need the border. We can make that border 1. I'm looking at that button. And then we don't want that funky radius. Let's just change that to 10. That looks pretty close. We may do a little bit more work with it. All right, so I'm showing you what I'm comparing. Click up here so we can see just the button by itself. All right, so you can see it says see all training here. We may fix that a little bit differently. So let's, we know that we need to left align it. So let's go left align it. And then we'll go ahead and put the word see all training in the button. So scroll down. We want the text align left. Oh, I'm sorry. Button. There we go. We want the button to align left. There we go. And then click on general. And this is going to be see all training button. See all training. There we go. And we have an icon. I'm so glad they fixed it. We're going to do a trailing icon. And this is going to be an arrow that we can search for. And it's basically what it is a greater than sign. By the way, this little chat bubble I'm doing, that is one of the things that BizStackPro has that is not common to all of the other GoHighLevel variants. We have 24/7 chat support. Of course, it starts off with an AI just in case it's something quick and dirty. And then if it's not answered that way, you can type the word human and it will boom. As soon as you type human, send you to a human. They will answer as quick as they can and you are set to go. All right, let's look and see what we've got here. By the way, it looks like I need to adjust the text color to match. There we go. And then I think I want some space between the see all training and the arrow. So I'm going to come back up here and let's give us a couple of spaces and see what we get. It didn't do enough. We may have to adjust that with some custom CSS. We will be adding hovers to that as well. So we might do some coaching on that in a few minutes. All right. Now, our section is still too big. Let's go see what's up. Oh, yeah, we don't need 80. Let's change that back to 10. Much better. So if we compare it, what you'll learn, we've got a list, we've got a button, and then we've got our image on the right. What you'll learn, we've got a list, we have a button and an image on the right. It looks like there's some spacing here that we may modify later. In the meantime, let's create our next session. All right, this is a section. This can be full width. Let's go see. Now, I have in my head, this is a 3-column section. 1, 2, 3. Now, I have an image of me that I've made it look similar to this that is not me looking straight on. It looks like I'm looking off to the side. So we may have to adjust these columns, this layout. Let's go see what we get first. We'll throw that image in and see what happens. All right, we're going to create a 3-column row. In the first column, we're going to add an image. And the image is, oh, let's move the chat down here. The image is right here. Andy taught me how, and there I am. Oh, look what I didn't do. Let's go fix it. You know, I was telling somebody just the other day that I like to say, let's go fix it too much. Hold on just a sec. This image is, we want to do a background remover. There it is. Not quite. That's not going to work. What I need to do with that is crop me up to there. Boom. That does what I want to do. All right. We're going to save this one. We're going to give it a title, Andy Circle BG. Like I said, I will go and convert these at another day and time to a WebP. But to get us on track, we're just going to do it this way real quick. It has downloaded. And let's go change the image. And he taught me how. We're going to upload. Okay, we could either double click, which is what I'll do, or we could come here and say select. But we're just going to double click it. And there it is. But you see what I didn't do? Oh my goodness. Let's go do that again. Andy circle layer. We're going to redo it. Download transparent background. And then let's go fix this. There we go again. All right, we're going to delete both of these because I don't want either one. Move to trash. Move to trash. I could have done both of them at the same time. I wasn't paying attention. All right, upload. Much better. All right, so we can also make sure that we go give it alt text. And we want to give this alt text as well while we're at it. This is going to be our video list, video library. Okay. All right, maybe I am looking straight on there. We'll leave that alone for now. All right, so we also know that that is way too big. We don't need a big-headed Andy. That's better. All right, in this one, let's look at what we've got. We have a subtitle, then we have a paragraph, and then a signature. I don't know for sure what we're going to do with that signature, but let's go see what we can figure out. All right, we're going to add, and we're going to add a subtitle, subheadline, excuse me. Now we're going to go add, and this is going to be a paragraph, and then we're going to add one more paragraph because that's our signature paragraph. All right, so this one, by the way, I could have left align these first and then save time. Anyway, no big deal. We're going to left align, and this is going to say, hi, I'm Andy. And it is our wonderful gold color. So we're going to change that here, general color from our branding. And then it looks like is quite a bit bigger. So let's go see what size we can do. It may be the same as those other 36. I think that might be a little bit too big. Let's go 28. And then I think I want to change that from normal to semi-bold. That's a little bit better. All right. So these are our paragraphs. We're going to left align those as well. Left, left, and let's enter our info here. All right, and this is going to be, it's going to say dash Andy Delgado. Now, I'm not so well versed on what fonts, Google fonts, I should say, look like handwriting. So I'll tell you what I do. I cheat. We're going to go, I'm going to open up ChatGPT. And bring him over here so you can see. And I'm going to see what Google fonts most resemble a signature. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. So ChatGPT, first it knows me and it knows my personality. So I'm going to try Sacramento because that's what it recommended. Let's get in here and see. So we're looking at this font. We're going to go to general. We're going to go to custom font right here. And it's going to ask us what we want. And we're going to look up Sacramento. Now, if we go with that, that doesn't look like me, but that's okay. If we go with that, we need to raise it a lot bigger. So let's go with 24. Oh, not 124. Shelly, why'd you make me do that? Yeah, that doesn't look like me at all. Let's try another one. What else did he say? He said, hey, great vibes. Let's try that. That's not me. Finally, dancing script. Last try. We'll pick one of these three. I may change it later. That'll work for today. Not really, but that'll work for today. Oh, that's not bad. That might work. Okay, let's look at our stuff. Hi, I'm Andy. I teach every D. Oh, I left out a paragraph. Let's fix it real quick. Andy Delgado. Good enough. Close enough. Let's go fix that. I have another paragraph here, and it's going to say no fluff. No overwhelm. Okay. Finally, over here, we have let me just show you it at one time. This is a row, and this is a row, and this is a row. So we have 3 2-column rows. So we're going to create the first one and then clone it. So let's go do that real quick. In here, we're going to add a 2-column row. In the first row, we have an image. Guess what? I already built those images. So we're going to go to add an image. What image? And it is going to be Andy taught me how. And it's going to be an icon and training people. All right. We know that's going to have to be smaller quite a bit. We have to adjust the column size. So we'll do it there first. Let's go with this. All right. We just have a simple paragraph. And it's going to be left aligned. There we go. Well, I can't blame Chip for not watching me do my spell typo stuff. All right, I want to make this, that typing is just about right. So we can either move it this way or move it that way, or just adjust the icon width. Up here, these icons we made, I thought we did, where'd we do it? Oh, general, right here. We made these icons 80 in the height. So we could do the same thing here just to be consistent. Much better, huh? And it looks like I actually need to make this smaller to bring it over. Okay, so there's row number one. We also know that we want to make this an auto on the bottom margin. So it brings it up to the top. Let's clone this row. We're on the blue. We know it's a row. We're going to clone it. Much better. And then we're going to adjust the height, the margin and the padding in between it, because that's going to be too tall. Let's go fix this image. We're looking for a play button. General. Here we go. I called these all icons, just so you know, play button. There we go. And this one says, all right. So we've got quite a bit of padding or margin in between all of these. We're going to have to fix that for sure. Let's go do this. Clone this one. Come here. Come here. There we go. All right. And this one is a heart. Now, this was kind of funky to find. I couldn't find one anywhere that would allow me to change the colors. So I created a new heart in, let's compare. See this heart? It's a heart with an outline around it. I couldn't easily build that in Canva. So I created a heart outline and then added an internal heart. So it looks more girly than I want to look, but that's okay. Okay. Now we've got it. It looks pretty good. I think these icons, if we compare them to this one, they need to be quite a bit smaller. So let's go make them smaller. Currently they're on 80. Let's drop them to 50 and take a look. That looks better. Let's go see. 50, 50. Okay, that looks better. Let's go see what we can do about these, all the padding and everything in these rows, styles. Let's go see what we have. We can drop this to 5, 4. Let's drop it to 4 just in case that's our problem. I don't think it is. The padding is going to be on the row, I bet. Let's go see here. We can drop this padding to 4. All right. And then let's look at the column has padding of 10. We could actually drop that to 0. The only negative about dropping a column padding to 0 is it looks, come here, you. Oh, that should have been 4. That looks better. Anyway, when you have your column padding at 4, it's very hard to it's hard to pick between your column and the row often. So up here, you can see it's hard to get to the row up here. But let's go see what happens when we do this. We're on the column and we wanted this to go back to 0 also. Now see, it does a huge difference for us. This is the column. That's not, yes, we're going to make that 0. All right, let's go do that to all of these columns. We're making them all 0. We're getting closer. Okay, so we still have a little bit of space between them, and that's going to be on the row. Let's change that to 0 again. And I think I want to just do the ones between. Oh, look at there. Good deal. Same thing. Let's find the row, get to the row. There it is. And we want to do both of these and look and see if it gets too close. No, that looks great. So oftentimes you don't need to do both at the top or at the bottom. So I'm doing both at the top and the bottom, only because this is an internal row, meaning it's bound by a row on the top and the bottom. So I'm only doing the margins on those that are in between. There we go. That looks a lot better. All right. And then it looks like this. I put an auto on. We're going to take that auto away. And that centers it back. So it's centered. Hey, look at there. Let's compare. We have a picture of me, and then we have a paragraph, and then we have these columns on these items on the right. So if we take this guy and look, we have a picture of me, and then a paragraph. It looks like I need more space between those and these on the right. So if I take this and grow this way, and then I probably want to give this some space. That's better. I'm going to call that done. We could make it smaller if we need to, but I don't know if we need to. We've got 2 sections on a page. That's pretty good. So let's look at what's next. Finally, we are at the main call to action section and then our footer. Did I have a question? Linda raised her hand. Linda, talk to me.
I have a question about the icons. You told us yet that you use not a PNG but the WebP. Is it also for the icons?
Yes, ma'am. So every image on here takes up space, takes up memory when you load the page, right? So it does best for us to have a high performing page to have all of the images as small as possible. That's why you'll see when this is all said and done, this image will be it's a PNG now, but I'll convert it to a WebP. And the same thing with this image. These icons, I've already done that. Even though they're small, they are so much smaller when you compare the size. Let me just give you an example. I don't know if I can give you an example.
It is also you told us also that it's faster with uploading. Is it also faster in when someone load the web page?
Yes. So
Okay.
let's see if I can make this show you.
Yeah.
All right. So if you look right now, everything that you're seeing right now is a WebP. And if you hold your mouse up to the tab type, it tells you how much memory you're using, right? Okay. Now, all I've effectively done is added 2 PNGs, and then these are WebPs too. So let's go back and look at this. We were at 50, how much? Come here. 51.9 megabytes. So if we publish this, all right, and we go do a refresh, and we close our pop-up, and now let's see what we are. 102. So that's huge. And if I were to go ahead and upgrade these up, if I were to go change these 2 to WebPs, we would drop way back down probably in the 70 range or less. So every image, every video, every sound that you have, of course, you can't really play sounds right now, but every image, every video you have takes up memory in the learning process.
Okay, then the second question is, does it also for the images in the products in the payments?
Yes. Every
Also?
image that you're looking at, every image you're looking at, if you will convert it to a WebP, it'll make a huge difference on page speed.
Okay, clear. I have another homework. Thank you.
There you go.
Top.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So we're finished with this section. We're going to create a new one. So scroll down to the bottom, hit the plus. It's going to be a new section. So let me show you the layout of this section. We have an icon or an image, whatever you want to call it, then a paragraph, and then another call to action here. So, and we have that arrow. So let's talk about that real quick. This is going to be one column. This is a column. This is a column. And if we do the arrow, it would be another column. I don't think I'm going to do the arrow just because I don't know that it provides a purpose. Now, if we choose to later, it's no big deal. We would just add a column on the end of this. So right now we're going to build a 3-column row inside of this section. And the section color is our gold, but it looks like it's got a fade in there. We may try to play with that too. All right, so we are creating a full width section, and we're going to change the color of this. We have a gradient, and we think it's going to be linear, and we think our start color is going to be our light gold, and our finish color is going to be our dark gold. All right, so that's kind of what we have, except it's 180 out. So let's change that. Our finish color is going to be the light gold, and our start color is going to be the dark gold. Now, let's see if I did it. Oh my goodness, that's amazing if we did. That's pretty close. I'm going to say it's done. Okay, so we have a 3-column row is what we decided. In the first one, we have an image of a download. I don't know if I created that or not, but we'll look and see. So the first one is an image. And let's go see if we have it. Andy taught me how. It's an icon. It's a download. Okay, I didn't get it. So do y'all want to create it? Let's create it. It's going to be a square. And I know that it's going to be less than 400 by 400. So I'll create it as a 400 by 400. So create, custom size, 400, 400, create a new design. Okay, so this is downloading something. And I can't really tell what it's downloading. So I'm going to make it download a toolkit. And that color is going to be our dark color that we're using. So we're going to go look for elements, and we're going to look for a toolkit. I don't like any of those. Oh, wait, I like this. Where'd it go? I like this. And I can change the color. That's good. And then, so let's make it big. Actually, this is going to be a good image that we can go edge to edge if we wanted to. It can't go edge to edge because we need to have our down arrow. Let's go look for an arrow. And we're going to rotate this way to 90. All right. And this guy is centered right here. So this has got to be a little bit smaller. That wrench is funky looking. Do we have a better toolkit? All right. So, yeah, we're getting rid of this one. So you don't have to be as snobby as I am, but I know what tools look like, and I didn't like that one at all. Sorry. Somebody once called me a tool snob because I would only buy a good name brand. All right, so there we go. So if we want to match our colors, the easiest way to do that, let's see, do I have those colors in Canva? I do not. So the easiest way to do that, we can do a couple of different things. We can go look at our color palette. And to do that, let's click an icon. Nope, we can't do it there. We could do it. We can do it here. We can change our text color. All right, so if we want to go match our existing color palette, right? If you hold your mouse over it, it tells you the hex code for your color. So 06132C. That's what color we're going to make our images here. So click on the color, 06132C. That's our color. And you say, well, it's black. It's not. It looks black, but it's not. All right, so there it is. We're going to save this as a tool download icon. Tool download icon. And we're going to make it download, and we're going to make it transparent and download it. And since Linda asked, I'm going to run through the process one more time on how to convert a PNG to a WebP. Let's go do that real quick. PNG. Now, I've already got it, but I did a Google search for PNG to WebP converter. And I really like this one at Free Convert. So let's just go there. choose files from device. I could go ahead and do multiples. So let's go to downloads. I know that we're going to do the tool download. We're going to do the Andy Circle background, and we're going to do the training BG image. So let's get all three of them. We're going to open it, and we're going to say convert. Oh, it's going to create a zip for us, save to device. It's already done it right here. I'm going to look at the folder because I want to extract it. And we got to wait because I got 14,000 things in my download folder. There it is. So we're going to say extract. And there it is. It's called compressed. So we're going to go grab it. BizStackPro. We're going to put it right here, right? So we're going to change this image. Come here. Andy taught me how. Icons. We'll go upload, and we're getting just the icon here. And we'll go ahead and put it in place. Look at there. And we'll make that a lot smaller. We can do it by sizing the column, which that looks pretty good, maybe a little bit smaller, and then we'll give it space. While we're here, let's go fix this because I did it. So we're going to go change that. Andy taught me how. We're going to get rid of this well, we could leave it, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. So we're going to say delete, move to trash, move to trash. Then we're going to go upload the file. Excuse me. We're going to downloads, compressed, and then Andy Circle WebP. The good news about WebP is that you can also, so it's a scalable image. It's also allows for transparency. Otherwise, we wouldn't use that at all, right? Let's go fix this one too while I'm here. This can be Andy taught me how. That's a section background. We're going to upload file. And we're going to go to downloads, compressed, and then training BG image. And it's going to be right here. Publish. All right. Remember, we were at 50 whatever. And now we've made everything WebPs that we can. So let's go look at what we go up to. And we've added 2 pretty good size images. What did we go to 150 before? We're at 104. So you can see that we've saved 50 megabytes of memory usage just by switching those 2 huge images to a WebP. All right, let's continue. Way down here, we're going to add a subtitle and then paragraph. Way up here, subheadline. And this is going to be the same. Oh, let's start over. This is going to be, that's going to be pretty good there. We're going to switch this to semi-bold, and we're going to change our color to our dark navy. That looks good. And this says, by the way, we're going to confirm, I know that it is, but just to show you, we're going to confirm that this is an H2 because we don't want an H1, right? So it's an H2 right here. Good to go. And then we're going to change the size of this. Let's drop it up, move it up to a 22. That looks pretty good. And we're going to left align it. So go to styles and then look for the left alignment. Boom, much better. We're going to do a plus and we're going to add a paragraph. And this is going to be the same deep navy. And it's going to be left aligned. All right. It's going to be bigger than it is, but we're going to say start with the free website builder. And then we're going to move that up a little bit. General. Too big. That looks pretty good. So we're right here. We've got our Web Builder Toolkit download icon. And then we've got a headline and a paragraph. I'm going to make those move closer together, and then we'll build our button next. All right, so these two things are in a column, and we're going to leave it like that. I'm going to move these closer. So we're going to styles, and we're looking at what I'm changing is the difference in space between these two. We're going to drop this to 0. That looks better. We're going to move this to, let's go to 5. Well, we might make that 0 too. That's okay. Let's compare. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to put a button and then a small paragraph under it. Now for this button, since it's going to be stylized just like the one that we have at the top, I'm going to go grab the one at the top. So we're going to go way up here. Oh, nope, it's not going to be stylized like the one at the top. We're going to create a new button, and then we'll add our stuff to it. Add. We're going to come to buttons. It's going to be a black button. Style. First things first, we don't like the full width buttons. We're going to make it fluid. Look at here. There's a border on it that's white. We don't like that either. Let's get rid of that. We already know that I'm not going to allow a 15 on the top or the bottom. We're going to drop that down to 10. All right. And then the border, no border. So 0. And we're going to change this. The easiest way to do that is just say none. Much better. And then that should be a 10 instead of a 15 to match everything else we're doing. That looks pretty good. Now let's go see what the text is going to say. Element name. Get the toolkit button. And then, so it looks like that font is too bold for me. So we're going to drop that down to just medium and see what happens. Now, we will add our hover action to this, but I believe we've got to build a special CSS because this has the dark background. Well, it doesn't yet, but it's about to. Background color, deep navy. Boom. All right, and then we need a paragraph right under it. Paragraph. Yuck. Control A to select all the text. Free toolkit. Now we're about to learn one more thing about Andy that you may already know because you remember it, or you may not. Let's change this real quick, and we're going to change our paragraph color. All right. I do not give away instant access to anything. So if you're going to get something from me for free, then you're going to at least give me your email address. And the reason I do that is so that I can follow up with you on what your download was, or I can market to you other things that you may or may not want to know in the future. The good news is I can present it to you and you can say no, right? Or you don't take any action at all. So this phrase instant access does not apply with me. It will be free toolkit. We're going to change this. Free toolkit sent to your email instantly. And that is a true statement. I like that. All right. So we have finished these two. I'll still have to come back. We need to give this an alt text. Download the toolkit icon. And then let's make sure I've got alt text here. Andy don't got image, library. That's good. This is free people. This is a play icon. Oh my goodness. And this is actually an icon. I need to say that. Okay. So we're doing it as we go. This section is, what do we call in this section? this one is what you'll learn. So we need to go back and title that section. This section is called About Andy. So we're taking the time now to remember to name and title all of our stuff so that in the future, if we go look at it on the layers, we know what they are. Look, we know which section we're looking at right off the bat. Okay, so this section is called the final CTA strip. And we're just going to call it the final CTA section. This button actually right now will go to andydelgado.com/toolkit. All right. And we want it to open in a new tab. So like I said, I'll come back and we'll add the CSS to make this button and this button have a hover effect, but not right now. We're going to create our next session. This is our final section. Woohoo! This is our footer. And we're going to go ahead and call it footer. So let's come over here and look at what our footer section is going to look like. Now, I showed you before that when you want 3 columns, when you want multiple columns to have the exact same width, it's easier to nest those columns inside of a single column. We're going to do that here because I don't want to have to try to make those equally width. So what I'm going to build is a column for here, a column for here, and then a column for here. So let's go do that. And then after that, we'll have one single column. It can go at the bottom. So let's go build a 3-column row. In here, we're going to say 3-column row. We have, let's look at it. We have an Andy Taught Me How logo, which is the same as the one that's at the top of the screen. We have a paragraph, and then we have our social media section. Now, BizStackPro GoHighLevel has a social media icon section already built for you, but it doesn't allow you to put alt text on the images. So what I do is I will build a section that I can reuse elsewhere that has the alt text on the images that we can mess with later on. So we'll build this section real quick in its entirety and then continue from there. All right, so we have an image, which is our logo. Under the image, we have a paragraph. And then under the paragraph, we have our section for the social media images or the social media buttons. I'm only, for Andy Taught Me How, I have a YouTube channel, I have a Facebook page, and I will have an Instagram, and I will have a Twitter or X. So I'm going to build a 4-column row real quick, and we're going to drop our images in there. First one is going to be an image. And because I've got it, we're going to clone it. All right, so we're going to get this, and we're going to go to images. I've already uploaded these. By the way, if you need my images, drop me a comment, and I will get them to you. So we're going to go to here, and these are my social icons. The first one, and the most important for me, is going to be, look, I did have a tool download. I put it in the wrong place. Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. I meant to go social icons. There we go. All right, here we go. We're going to put YouTube first, and we're going to say insert media. There's YouTube. Now, here's what I want to make sure that we do. We have a YouTube icon. And once again, just in case you don't know the importance for alt text, if you have someone who has, if you have a visitor to your site who has a visual impairment and they use a screen reader, then they don't know what that button does or that image is about because you haven't given it alt text. So then you, if you are gracious enough to include alt text, then their screen reader will tell them audibly that that is an icon to go to YouTube, right? And the same thing for Facebook and Instagram and everything else. So let's go do this one. That says YouTube icon. We have a choice. We can clone this or we can just add an image. I'm just going to add the image because it's so quick in this case because we're not doing extra stuff. Get the image. We're going to Andy Taught Me How, social icons. We'll do Facebook next. And I think I lied to you. I have not built an Instagram channel. That's why we don't see one yet. But we're going to say Facebook icon. Excuse me. And then let's go get X real quick too. Image. Andy taught me how. Social icons. There we have X. And that can be X or Twitter. One thing you can note is that my X icon is so much taller than the other ones, although they're all exactly the same. I think it's because these actually take up more space horizontally. So I'll probably adjust the size of this, but that's okay. Right now we're going to say Twitter, and then in parentheses X icon. And it won't take me long to just build an Instagram icon real quick since we're already here. So let's go back. I have an option of just adding a page. That might be the quickest way. And we're going to say Instagram. So let's look at what style I'm using already. I believe I'm using a filled color. Yep. So this is a filled color. You can get them in an outline or whatever you want to do. But since I'm using the filled color, I'm going to do the same thing here. And it's the actual square or round or whatever the icon is that they have. So let's come back over here. We're going to get the Instagram filled color there. There we go. Let's make it bigger. I go almost all the way to the edge, and then I make sure it's centered. Looks good. And let's center horizontal. There we go, vertical. We're going to call it Instagram icon. We're going to share it and download and transparent. And we only want the second page. By the way, in case you don't know, if you label your pages in Instagram and you only download, for example, page 2, it will actually call the file igicon.png. If you downloaded all of them, then it will save all of the images in a compressed file, which will have this title, and then it would give those images the correct name as a subset of the zipped package. So I'm getting just the current page, which is going to be called Instagram icon, and it's transparent. Transparent, boom. Download it. See? igicon.png. Let's go ahead and add another one right here. Convert more. Choose files from device. Downloads. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to go from 140K to, let's see, 47. Oh, 17. We went from 140K to 17K. That is almost 10 times smaller. That's crazy. All right, so now we have a PNG for that. Let's go grab it and upload it. We're going to do it right here. We're going to go, we're going to add the image, and we're going to go get it. And it is Andy taught me how. Social icons, upload. We don't want the PNG, so we're going to go to downloads again. And there it is, icon, IG icon WebP. And this is the Instagram icon. Now, the way that we would make these work is we will install some CSS, custom CSS that make these hover. We'll also, when I'm ready for it, we'll come back and say the image action is to open a URL to a website. And for that one, I can go ahead and put in the YouTube channel because it's really easy to get to. And I'm gonna, so what I'm doing now is opening YouTube, and then I'm gonna search for Andy taught me how. And then go to the channel and copy the URL. All right, so I'm in YouTube, and the website it's going to open is the youtube.com at Andy taught me how. That will take him to the channel. And I'm going to say open a new window, and we are good to go there. So I would do the same thing with all the others. And these, like I said, maybe a little bit big or small compared to what I want. I'll do a little bit of tweaking on those. Let's go put this logo in real quick. This is the Andy Taught Me How, and it's a logo, and it is this one. Much better, huh? And then this paragraph font, just so you know where I'm at, I'm still here. Okay. Simple training, real results, build a website you're proud of. So we're gonna do the same thing right here. And this is left aligned, styles. Oh my goodness, I went overboard again. Y'all, I'm sorry for going overboard. I'll finish this up and you can, if you had to quit early, you can watch the replay. All right. Left aligned. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. We may do some, y'all, that came out pretty good like it is. Looks like I need to take away some space between the two of these and definitely between the two of these. We'll come back to that. Let me stop sharing because I'm going to stop this for today. I thought we would finish our web page, but we didn't. We'll have to finish it next week. Hold on just a minute. Let me stop sharing. Oh my goodness. Sorry about everybody. Sorry about taking us too long. That's okay. Does anybody have any questions, comments, criticism, thoughts, whatever? Anybody? We're all good. Linda, we're good. Curtis, I know you're working, but Shelly, we're okay. All right. So let me just stop real quick and throw up this screen. All right. So we are finished. Well, we're stopping for today. I'm going to publish this page. And if you want to follow the live build, you can go to andytaughtmehow.com/home and you'll see exactly where I've stopped on this page. I may go ahead and add the hover effects in through the custom CSS, but that's all I'm going to do as far as adding more content to the page. We can look at it again next Tuesday and see where we are. So what else? Over here, we are, if you want to see the custom CSS that I've used in the site or any that I add to it, then you'll be able to see that by going to andytaughtmehow.com/custom-css. And anytime I update the custom CSS at the bottom of the page, I'll also include how to use it in the table in the middle of the page. And then finally, please take a minute to subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, and by all means, click on the bell and say all so that you get notified anytime that we add videos in the live, like we're doing now, or if I add a video, for example, like I talked about, how to add a domain to your BizStackPro or GoHighLevel account. The same thing when I add the email service setup. I'll teach you how to do that as well in a coming video. And then finally, if you want to get in touch with me, you can make sure, of course, to make a comment in this video and I'll reply to it. You can email me at andy@andydelgado.com. You can message me on Facebook. If you want to do that easy, just enter m.me/AndyDelgadoTX in your browser, and it'll take you right to a Facebook message for me. Finally, follow me on Facebook. That way you get all the latest and greatest info, announcements, things like that. That is it for today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, get to me in any way that you can. I hope that everybody has a fantastic day. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you later.